Ever tried dividing 10 by 3 as an integer in the C# and you got 3 instead of 3.3333? Yep, C# just stole your decimals. Today we will uncover why that happened and fix it without changing our variables data types when we are creating them in the first place. Stick around till the end because I will show you one tiny mistake that almost every beginner makes when they are dividing numbers. And that's the reason your result might be totally wrong. Part 1. Basic operators. Okay folks, let's start with something simple. C# support all usual math operations. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's start with addition. Here we say int a equals 10. And then we say int b equals 3. And in the next line we say console.writeLine and we say a plus b. And we execute our code. And as you can see, I got 13 in the console. So this plus symbol do the addition for us. Next, we have subtraction. Here we put a minus and execute our code. And as you can see, I got 7 here. The next one is multiplication. Here we use this star and execute our code. And as you can see, it multiplied it. Look at top of your keyboard, you see that star. Press it with the shift and you can use it. The next one is division. To use division, we should use backslash here. Say backslash and execute our code. And as you can see, I got 3. Here you might ask, what happened to decimals, where are they? But don't worry, this one is a little tricky, we will fix it later on in the video. Part 2. Modulus Operator. Next, let's talk about this sign. You might know it as the percentage symbol, but in programming we know it as the Modulus Operator. What it does is pretty simple and useful. It gives you the remaining of division. For example, we divide 10 by 3. And as you know, our remaining is 1. Or let's say we divided 14 by 5. Here our remaining is 4. It's very useful. For example, imagine you have a number and you want to find out if your number is odd or even. Let's say we have 21. We modulus number by 2 and we want to see if we divide 21 by 2, what's the remaining. If the remaining is 0, it means it's even number. But if the remaining is 1, it means it's odd number. In that case, we know 21 is an odd number because the remaining of division by 2 is 1. We have worked with this one when we get into the conditions in the future episodes. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss the future episodes. Part 3. Increment and Decrement. Sometimes you just want to add or subtract 1 without writing it like that, just like a nerd in high school. That's where plus plus and minus minus come in. Imagine we have a variable called counter. It equals 0 and here we say counter plus plus and then we print it in the console. Say counter. And as you can see, we got 1 here, so plus plus added the number to the counter. We also have the opposite too. Instead of plus plus, we say minus minus. And we execute our code. And as you can see, we got minus 1. But here it is, something sneaky. There are pre and post version of these. They do the same thing but from the different path. So let's do one simple experiment. So here we say int a equals 5. And then we make another variable, int final a equals a plus plus. And then we say console.writeLine and we say final a. And at the same time we make another variable too, int b equals 5. And then we say int final b equals plus plus b. And then we say print it for us please, final b. And if we execute our code, here as you can see, I got 2 different results. The final a is 5 and the final b is 6. So why that happened? In the first case, we transferred the data of a variable to final a variable, and then with plus plus sign, it added 1 to a variable. So our final a here is 5, because when final a got its value from a, the a was still 5. But in the b case, we have plus plus b. It means first b got addition 1, and then the final b got its value from b that already had a plus 1. It's a little tricky, so be careful with that. If you didn't understand this part, please watch it again. Part 4. The big trap. Integer division. Okay, remember earlier when we divided 10 by 3, we got 3 instead of 3.3333. That's because both numbers were integer, and the C# does the integer division first. Here, if we execute this code, you can see we get 3 here, even though we use double variable. That's because the math happened in the integer mode. So how we can fix that? Easily. Just tell the C# that one of our numbers is actually a double. We can use casting for that. Here we say double, and then we execute our code. And as you can see, we got our decimals back. Here C# understands that we want a decimal division. If you don't know anything about this, it's called casting. It converts the data type. I fully explained it in the previous episode, episode 3. You can watch it here. By the way, you can also write it like that too. Here we say, instead of 3, we say 3.00. And then if I execute my code, as you can see, the decimals are back again. So basically, if one of them is double, your answer will be accurate. So now you know how to calculate. At least I hope so. Dividing, multiply, and etc. So here's your challenge. Get two numbers from user and calculate their sum, subtract, division with decimal, and finally their multiply. Pause the video and test yourself. Okay, hope you made it, but if you didn't, it's okay. We just need some more practice. That's how we make such code. We say int a equals convert to int 32. Then we say console.readline, and before that we say console.writeline, enter the first number please. And then we copy this and we say b, and here we say the second number. We got two variables from user. Now let's calculate. We say console.writeline sum plus a parenthesis for the calculation, and we say a plus b. Next we have subtraction. We say console.writeline subtract, and we say plus parenthesis, and we say a minus b. And then for division we say console.writeline division, and we say a dash b. But remember, we want decimal too, so we say double here. And at last we want the multiply. Here we say console.writeline multiply, and here I say parentheses the a star b, and I execute my code. Okay, first number 10, second number 3, and as you can see, these are my results, and all of them are correct. You just watched the 4th episode of C# tutorial for beginners. You can watch the full playlist here for free. If this video helped you, please hit that like button. It helps more than what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. We will finally start controlling our code's behavior. And trust me, that's where things get really interesting. And by the way, I have a Discord server that is a friendly community for programmers. The link is in the description, don't forget to check it out. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.